Hi there, John Miller, osteopath here again. I'm going to show you a couple of exercises. One is called the pendulum and the other one is called the bridge. They're both Pilates based exercises, but you actually see them outside of Pilates and used in the gym by many different people. I'm just going to show you the variations I like to use. You don't want to be using these if you have acute lower back pain, but they can assist in lower lumbar spinal mobility and also for stretching up the hip flexors. So what we're going to do first, okay, is the pendulum. So we come and lay on our backs and with our knees bent like so. You can use a pillow if you like. Arms down by your sides to support yourself and simply drop your knees out to the side. Now, you see people doing this all the time just to put a bit of mobility through your back. However, let's be a bit smarter. Let's start to incorporate a bit of muscle activation, okay? So we want to think about the oblique muscles, which are on the sides here, and their purpose is rotation, okay? So they're attached into the pelvis here and up into the rib cage, so they will draw the legs from side to side. So as you do this, suck your belly button towards your back first. So I say that again, it's a bit garbled. Suck your belly button towards your back to set yourself off, and then as you drop to the side, use, say I'm dropping my knee on the left to the left, so my right obliques are now under tension. So as I bring it back up again, I want to squeeze those muscles back to the centre. Now I'm going to drop my knees to the right. As I go to the right, keeping the tummy held in, I'm getting a stretch on this left side. And as I come back to the centre, I really squeeze the muscle to bring it back up again, okay? Otherwise, if you just bring it back up, you would be using, say, even some of the muscles down here, like the quadratus lumborum, some of the hip flexors are drawing up. It's got to be specific to your obliques, okay? Because these provide all the control and they limit the range of motion if you're using them properly. They stop you from overstretching and damaging your lower back. Now, what we're going to do now is talk about how far you go. So if you look at me here now, when I'm going to drop my knees, they only go into 45 degrees. Because that's as far as my obliques will allow. Just to there and back. To there and back, okay? Like I said, if you go any further, the obliques are going to start to switch off, and you're going to start to arch the back, and then you're going to start to use the lumbar spine as well, which is not the purpose. You're going to strain the discs, perhaps even the ligaments as well around it. So do it just to 45 degrees each side, so it's under control. The next level of that is to bring the knees off the ground. So the feet off the ground. So the feet are now in a tabletop position. Same thing, the legs to the side, 45 degrees, holding the tummy in, and back to the centre. Of course, don't forget, sorry, I should have said before about the breathing. Okay, as you move to the side, breathe out. As you come back to the middle, breathe in. Out to the side, breathe out. Back to the middle, breathe in. Nice, slow, deliberate breathing. About 5 seconds one way, 5 seconds the other, or thereabouts. It doesn't have to be exactly that slow, but it does help. Just take the momentum out of the motion. So do those. That puts a nice bit of movement through there. And after you've done that, okay, if you're feeling your back's a little bit iffy, you can have a bit of a stretch. So bring the knees to the chest, just rock a little bit, okay? You can go that to the next stage. You can actually straighten the legs as well, so you can bring the legs straight up like that, okay? And again, arms to the side to support yourself and drop the legs to there. I don't go all the way down for this again. You only want 45 degrees at most. In fact, sometimes I use less motion so I can really feel and control the muscle. That's good. But I would strongly recommend that you master each step first of all before you move to the next one, okay? After you've done that, because your back's been in a rounded position, I want to try and stretch out the other way. So we're going to try to look at stretching the hip flexors. Now, when your knees are up, your hip flexors are quite short and tight, okay? So we need to open these up. Now you can do that by doing a normal standing stretch with the leg behind you like so, or you can do this by using a bridge. And so very simply, get into this position, place your arms over your head to stretch things out a little bit. So lengthen your arms towards the edge of the wall, and now lift your bottom off the ground. Of course, to set yourself up first, hold the tummy in and your pelvic floor in, lift your bottom off the floor, squeeze your buttocks, okay? You squeeze it nice and tight. I like to do these for a long sustained contraction. I would call it isometric contraction. And about 10 seconds to start off with, bringing this up to 30 seconds, okay? You can do it as a reps, should we say. That's fine. But you need to master it first. So always start by working on a strong contraction. Like I said, start at 10 seconds, then 20 seconds, and finally 30 seconds, okay? Do 3 sets to start you off. Once you can get to that comfortably and your form is good and it's not slipping, you can then start to do repetitions. And again, sets of 10 to 20. Fine, again, nice and slowly, 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down, okay? And then once you're happy with that, you can then move to the next level. And the next level, of course, take us straight back to isometrics, but this time we're going to use our limbs. So I like to bring the leg straight up in the air, holding the tummy in, of course, and lift the pelvis off the ground. The arms above the head to lengthen the arms and stretch out the latissimus dorsi muscles. And again, just hold that there for a count of 10. And of course, do the same thing on the other side, like so. And make sure your back is not arching. A lot of people, they do this, because they're arching their backs. This must be nice and straight from here all up to the shoulders, okay? So tummy's in, and you're not using your back at all. It's all glute work. You'll find actually you might be disappointed with yourself. You're thinking, I can't get my bottom off the ground very far. Don't worry, that's perfectly normal. Sometimes that's because the hip flexors are a little bit tight, and by doing this, you'll gradually loosen those off anyway. But it also shows you that each joint actually has quite a limited range of motion. And if you're used to bending in certain ways, but over bending, say, in your back, you're going to find it quite difficult. So give those a try. Once you've done those, also remember, don't forget to stretch your glutes out. So a simple stretch would be crossing your leg over the other leg, pulling your knee towards you, and of course your shoulders down towards the ground, not your ears, but down and back towards the ground. And I like to stretch those out for about 30 seconds because you can relax into that and make a change over a period of time. But anyway, give those a try, see how you go. If you like it, leave some comments, and I'll speak to you in the next video.